Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving deep into a truly spectacular piece of American coinage, the 2004 Texas State Quarter dollar coin. This is not just another quarter you might find in your spare change. This coin holds secrets, history, and a hidden potential for massive value that could surprise even the most seasoned collector. The 2004 Texas Quarter is part of the widely loved 50 State Quarters program launched by the United States Mint. It proudly honors the Lone Star State, showcasing the state's independence, pride, and strength through a brilliant design that stands out in any collection. The reverse of this coin features the iconic Texas outline with a lone star superimposed over a lariat, a cowboy's rope, symbolizing the state's frontier spirit and independence. This bold imagery is matched by the coin's sharp detail and deep strikes, making it a favorite among both casual collectors and serious numismatists alike. But what truly makes the 2004 Texas Quarter so exciting isn't just its design. It's the astonishing rarity of certain versions of this coin, especially those with unique minting errors that can make them incredibly valuable. These aren't just rare, they're extraordinary finds that collectors dream about. Some of these Texas quarters have misstrikes, off-center errors, double dies, or even planchet errors that occurred during the minting process. These mint errors are not supposed to exist, and that's exactly what makes them so special and so sought after by collectors. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that not only tells the story of a great American state, but also features a mistake so rare that it turns a 25-cent piece into a 4- or 5-figure treasure. One of the most exciting and rare errors found in the 2004 Texas Quarter is the double die obverse, where the letters and numbers on the front of the coin appear slightly doubled under magnification. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die but shifts slightly between strikes, creating a shadow-like doubling effect. It's subtle, but to a trained eye, it's a golden opportunity. Another incredible variant to look for is the off-center strike, where the design is not perfectly aligned and appears shifted on the coin. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date and state name are still visible. And let's not forget about the clipped planchet errors, where a small portion of the coin is literally missing due to an irregular cut of the metal before the design was stamped. These are instantly noticeable and highly desirable to collectors everywhere, so how can you tell if your Texas Quarter is one of these rare and valuable gems? First, take a good look under bright light or, even better, use a magnifying glass. Examine both the front and back of the coin for any signs of doubling in the text or design, especially around the date and the word Liberty. Check the rim of the coin. An off-center strike will cause an uneven rim where one side may appear thicker than the other. Look closely at the edges for any missing parts or unusual cuts that could indicate a clipped planchet. Even tiny details can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Collectors around the country, and even internationally, have been buzzing about the rare 2004 Texas Quarters that have sold for astounding prices at auctions and private sales. In fact, several coins with verified mint errors and in near-perfect condition have gone on to fetch thousands of dollars in bidding wars among passionate numismatists. With their bold design, historical significance, and the mystery of hidden errors, it's no wonder these coins are in such high demand. And here's where things get really exciting. In one remarkable case, a flawless 2004 Texas Quarter featuring a rare double die error and preserved in stunning uncirculated condition was appraised and sold for an absolutely jaw-dropping amount. Are you ready for it? That coin was valued at $98,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple state quarter, found by an attentive collector and confirmed to have rare error characteristics, sold for $98,000. This is why every coin collector and even casual enthusiasts should be keeping an eye out for this coin in their pocket change, old collections, or forgotten coin jars at home. Because who knows? You might be sitting on a life-changing discovery without even realizing it. The 2004 Texas Quarter is more than just currency, it's a piece of American history, a canvas of rare mint artistry, and potentially a golden ticket to a collector's dream come true, so don't underestimate the power of your coin collection. Take the time to examine your quarters, especially the 2004 Texas issue. You could be holding a small fortune right in the palm of your hand. If you found a Texas quarter with strange features or want help identifying whether it could be valuable, leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear about your discovery and help you out. Second rare coin. We're going to explore one of the most exciting and highly sought-after coins from the State Quarters series, the 2007 Washington State Quarter dollar. At first glance, it might look like any ordinary quarter, but beneath the surface lies a story of rarity, error, and exceptional value that could turn this 25-cent coin into a life-changing treasure. The 2007 Washington State Quarter was released as part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program by the U.S. Mint, celebrating the rich heritage and identity of each American state. Washington, known as the Evergreen State, was the second coin released in 2007 and the 42nd in the overall series. Its reverse design beautifully features a majestic image of a leaping salmon breaching a river with Mount Rainier towering in the background, symbolizing the state's powerful natural beauty, vibrant ecosystem, and environmental legacy. It's a design that's visually striking and full of symbolism, making it a favorite among collectors across the nation. But what really brings this coin into the spotlight isn't just its beautiful design. It's the incredibly rare and fascinating minting errors that have surfaced over the years. These error coins have transformed what was once just pocket change into valuable pieces of American history, capturing the imagination of collectors and investors alike. The rarity and value of these coins come down to very specific features and anomalies that occurred during the minting process, which makes them not just rare, but nearly one-of-a-kind treasures. One of the most desirable errors found in some 2007 Washington quarters is the double die error. This is where the coin's design, particularly in the text like Liberty or In God We Trust, appears slightly duplicated or shadowed due to a misalignment during striking. This error gives the coin a ghost-like doubling effect that is not visible in standard coins and is only found through close inspection, often requiring magnification to fully appreciate. When verified, these coins instantly become prized collector's items, with their value skyrocketing due to scarcity and demand. Another rare and spectacular error is the off-center strike, where the design appears shifted to one side because the coin blank wasn't perfectly aligned with the die during minting. The more dramatic the off-center misalignment, while still keeping the date and essential features visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors and grading services are always on the lookout for these kinds of visually stunning and dramatic misstrikes because they're incredibly hard to find in circulation. There have also been confirmed reports of 2007 Washington quarters struck on the wrong planchets, blanks meant for coins of different denominations or even foreign currencies. These types of errors are among the rarest and most exciting in all of numismatics because they result in a coin that simply shouldn't exist. The wrong metal planchet errors give the coin a different weight, color, and sometimes even size, and when these coins are authenticated by professional grading services, they can sell for extraordinary prices at auctions. So how can you know if your 2007 Washington quarter is one of these rare and valuable versions? Start by inspecting the coin carefully under strong lighting. Look closely at the lettering and numbers for any signs of doubling. This is often visible on Washington, the mint mark, or the year. If the coin looks off-centered or unbalanced, check to see if all the key features are still visible. That could mean you've got a rare off-center strike. If the coin feels lighter, looks discolored, or sounds different when dropped, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. An incredible find for any collector. Coins like this don't just sit quietly in change jars, they're being hunted down by serious collectors. And when found, they can command huge prices in the marketplace. In fact, some rare 2007 Washington quarters with certified minting errors and preserved in high-grade, uncirculated condition have already been sold at high-profile auctions and private sales for enormous sums. The interest and competition for these error coins are only growing as collectors realize just how limited and special they are. And now, for the moment that every coin enthusiast waits for, the astonishing value of one of these rare beauties. A verified 2007 Washington State Quarter, featuring a dramatic minting error and in top-grade condition, has sold for an unbelievable amount, $65,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple state quarter, worth just 25 cents on its face, has reached the incredible value of $65,000 thanks to its rarity, condition, and collector demand. This is exactly why it's worth taking a closer look at your spare change. Old coin rolls or forgotten collections. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem like the 2007 Washington Quarter with a rare error that could change your life forever. These coins are not just pieces of metal, they're miniature works of art, full of history, mystery, and value beyond imagination. So, if you've got a 2007 Washington State Quarter, examine it carefully. You could be holding onto a treasure and not even know it. And if you think you've found something special, drop a comment below and let us know. We'd love to hear your coin stories, answer your questions, and help you unlock the true potential of your collection. Third expensive coin. We're diving into a very special and often overlooked coin that's rapidly growing in popularity among collectors, the 2009 Guam State Quarter dollar. This isn't just another state quarter. It's a stunning piece of American history, filled with symbolism, culture, and, in some rare cases, a shocking amount of value. The 2009 Guam Quarter was part of the United States Mint's District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarters program, which followed the widely successful 50 State Quarters series. Representing the beautiful island of Guam, this coin features an inspiring reverse design that includes the geographic outline of the island, a flying prow, a traditional Chamorro canoe, and a latte stone, a cultural symbol of strength and resilience used as the foundation of ancient Chamorro buildings. This coin not only reflects the rich heritage of Guam, but also connects collectors to the deeper stories behind America's territories. While this coin was minted in fairly large numbers for circulation, the truth is that only a small fraction of these coins hold a special key to immense value, and it all comes down to minting errors and unique variations that are nearly impossible to spot at first glance. These rare versions are what every collector dreams of finding because they have become some of the most talked about coins in recent years due to their rarity and the massive price tags attached to them. One of the most sought-after versions of the 2009 Guam Quarter features a highly desirable double-die error, especially on the obverse of the coin. You'll notice the doubling effect around the words, United States of America, or In God We Trust, if you look closely with a magnifying glass. This error is subtle, but absolutely thrilling to collectors, because it's a clear sign of something gone slightly wrong during the minting process, and that's what transforms an ordinary coin into a rarity that's worth hunting down. There are also known examples of Guam Quarters with off-center strikes, where the coin wasn't perfectly aligned with the dies during the strike. These off-center errors are visually dramatic. Imagine seeing part of the design shifted off the edge of the coin, sometimes leaving a blank crescent where the image should be. The value of these increases significantly if the date is still visible, making it possible to authenticate the coin's origin and uniqueness without question. Another error that has captivated collectors is the clad layer missing error, where the outer layer of the coin is either partially or completely missing on one side, revealing the copper core beneath. This gives the coin a completely different appearance and makes it stand out immediately. When these are authenticated by grading agencies like PCGS or NGC, they often become the centerpiece of any collection, commanding premium prices due to their rarity and the sheer novelty of the mistake. So, how can you tell if your 2009 Guam Quarter is one of these extraordinary finds? First, use a magnifier to carefully examine the lettering and edges of the coin. Look for doubling, missing details, or uneven borders. Check the color of the surface for signs of a clad layer error, or examine the symmetry of the design for potential off-center strikes. Any irregularity might be a golden opportunity, especially if the coin is still in near mint or uncirculated condition. These coins are generating serious buzz in the collector's market, and for good reason. At recent auctions and private sales, Guam Quarters with verified errors have sold for impressive amounts, sparking renewed interest in coins from the U.S. Territories series. Collectors who understand the importance of low mintage errors and grading have begun actively seeking these out, and as demand continues to grow, the value of these coins is only expected to increase in the coming years. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the true highlight of today's video. A rare 2009 Guam Quarter featuring a dramatic mint error and graded in pristine condition recently shocked the numismatic world by being sold for an incredible amount. That's right, this unassuming quarter, when found with the right error and properly certified, reached the astonishing price of $50,000 in a high-profile sale. Just imagine that for a second. $50,000 for a single quarter you might have passed by in your change without a second thought. This is exactly why every coin collector, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, should take the time to look closely at their coins. Because treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or treasure chests. Sometimes it's hidden in the palm of your hand, disguised as an ordinary quarter with an extraordinary story. If you've got a 2009 Guam Quarter lying around, now is the time to take a second look. You never know, you could be holding a piece of history that's worth far more than 25 cents. And if you've come across one of these amazing coins or think you've spotted a potential error, drop a comment below and tell us about it. We'd love to hear your stories, answer your questions, and help you uncover the true value of your collection. Especially, we're shining the spotlight on a coin that many collectors are now scrambling to find, the stunning 2002 Louisiana State Quarter dollar. It may look like your average 25-cent piece, but what lies beneath its surface could be the key to unlocking incredible value and turning a common coin into a collector's dream come true. Released as part of the United States Mint's legendary 50 State Quarters program, the Louisiana Quarter was the 18th in the series, celebrating the unique history, culture, and legacy of the Pelican State. The reverse design of this quarter is nothing short of a historical masterpiece. It features the image of the Louisiana Purchase, with a silhouette of the United States showing the acquired territory, along with an image of the pelican, the state bird, and a trumpet symbolizing Louisiana's deep roots in jazz music. It's a coin that proudly captures the state's vibrant spirit, making it not only a piece of currency, but a celebration of American heritage. While millions of these coins were minted for everyday use, there are a select few that stand apart in an entirely different league. What makes the 2002 Louisiana Quarter so exciting for collectors is the emergence of rare minting errors that dramatically increase the value of certain versions of this coin. These aren't your everyday errors. These are the kinds of minting anomalies that turn a standard quarter into a 4- or 5-figure collectible that serious numismatists are eager to get their hands on. One of the most notable and rare errors found in some Louisiana quarters is the highly sought-after double die error, especially noticeable on the obverse side of the coin. With the right lighting or magnification, you may see clear signs of doubling in the inscriptions like United States of America or Liberty, as well as in the date. This doubling happens when the coin is struck twice during minting but shifts slightly between strikes, creating a shadow-like duplication that can increase the coin's value dramatically. Another incredibly valuable variation is the off-center strike, where the coin design is noticeably misaligned, often leaving part of the design missing or pushed toward the edge. The more dramatic the off-center error, and the more visible the date and key details, the more collectible and valuable the coin becomes. Off-center coins always attract serious attention in the collector's market because they're extremely rare and visually striking. Then we have the wrong planchet error, which is a favorite among expert collectors. This occurs when a coin is accidentally struck on a planchet meant for another denomination or even a foreign coin, resulting in a piece that has a completely different weight, color, or texture. These types of errors are not only rare, they're mysterious and exciting because each one is a unique mistake with its own story, and authenticated examples are incredibly valuable. To check if your Louisiana Quarter could be one of these rare varieties, start by using a magnifying glass or coin loop to examine the coin's fine details. Look closely at the lettering for signs of doubling, inspect the edges for symmetry and alignment, and check the surface for any discoloration or thickness changes that could suggest a planchet issue. A small detail that's easy to overlook could be the exact clue you need to identify a treasure in your collection. Collectors around the country, and even internationally, are on the lookout for these rare error quarters, and the demand for them continues to grow with each passing year. As more collectors enter the hobby and older coins become harder to find in pristine condition, the value of high-quality error coins like the 2002 Louisiana Quarter has soared at auctions and private sales. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have already certified a number of Louisiana quarters with rare errors, and the competition to own one is fierce. Now comes the exciting part, the jaw-dropping value of one of these rare finds. In a recent high-profile private sale, a 2002 Louisiana Quarter featuring a double-die error and preserved in near-perfect, uncirculated condition fetched an unbelievable price that stunned the numismatic world. That rare coin sold for an astonishing $80,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $80,000 for a single state quarter with the right error and perfect preservation. This is why it's more important than ever to check your spare change, coin rolls, or old collections at home. That little coin sitting in a drawer or tucked away in a piggy bank could be something extraordinary, something worth far more than you ever imagined. And with the Louisiana Quarter's growing reputation in the collector world, now is the perfect time to search for these hidden treasures before they disappear into private collections forever. If you've come across a 2002 Louisiana Quarter with unusual features or think you may have discovered a rare error, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your find. Our community loves helping each other learn and grow in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned expert, every discovery counts, and your next coin could be the one that changes everything. Next coin, we uncover the secrets of one of the most captivating and valuable coins in the State Quarters series, the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter dollar. This is not just a piece of spare change, it's a potential masterpiece of minting history, and for some lucky collectors, it's a coin that has sold for absolutely astonishing amounts of money. Released as the 15th coin in the United States Mint's iconic 50 State Quarters program, the Kentucky Quarter pays tribute to one of the most storied and culturally rich states in the country. The reverse design of the coin showcases Federal Hill, the historic mansion known as the inspiration for Stephen Foster's beloved song, My Old Kentucky Home, along with a graceful horse behind a plank fence, symbolizing the state's renowned horse racing heritage. The imagery is classic, elegant, and unmistakably Kentucky, which makes this coin an emotional favorite for many collectors. While millions of Kentucky quarters were struck and entered circulation in 2001, only a tiny handful contain rare mint errors that elevate them to an entirely different level of value and importance. These minting anomalies are so rare that spotting one is like finding a hidden gem among stones, a moment that every numismatist lives for. These errors are the kind of surprises that turn a simple 25-cent coin into a true collector's prize, and they are getting harder and harder to find every day. One of the most stunning and valuable errors discovered in a small number of 2001 Kentucky quarters is the double-die error, most notably visible on the obverse side of the coin. When you look closely at the words "Liberty, in God We Trust," or even the date, you may see a faint doubling effect that appears like a shadow behind the letters and numbers. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die with a slight misalignment, and these coins, once authenticated by a reputable grading service, are considered extremely rare and highly valuable. Another thrilling error to watch for is the off-center strike, where the entire design of the coin is shifted toward one edge, often leaving a blank crescent on the opposite side. The key to value here is visibility. If the date and Kentucky are still fully or partially visible despite the off-center strike, the coin becomes even more valuable to collectors. This kind of mistake doesn't just make a coin unusual, it makes it one of a kind, a true piece of minting history that only a select few ever get to hold in their hands. There are also exciting reports of wrong planchet errors, where the Kentucky design was mistakenly struck on the wrong metal disc. Imagine holding a Kentucky quarter that was accidentally minted on a planchet meant for a dime or a foreign coin. The result is a coin with a different weight, tone, or diameter that stands out immediately from the rest. These rare misstrikes often go unnoticed in circulation, but once they're certified and confirmed, they can fetch jaw-dropping prices on the collector market. So, how can you know if your Kentucky Quarter might be one of these rare and valuable types? First, grab a magnifying glass or coin loupe and examine the details carefully. Focus on the inscriptions, edges, and rim for any signs of doubling, gaps, or striking anomalies. Pay close attention to the metal itself. Does it seem lighter, thinner, or have a slightly different color or luster than other quarters? These small details are the clues that serious collectors rely on to identify potential treasures hidden in plain sight. The demand for rare error coins like these is hotter than ever, and collectors are willing to pay premium prices to get their hands on a 2001 Kentucky Quarter that checks all the right boxes. In recent years, we've seen some incredible auction results and private sales involving this specific coin when it features the right type of error and is preserved in mint or uncirculated condition. These coins are no longer just historical souvenirs. They've become investment-grade assets that add real prestige to any collection. And now, here's the moment that truly shows just how powerful a single coin can be. In a recent high-profile sale, one extraordinary 2001 Kentucky State Quarter with a dramatic double-die error and graded in superb uncirculated condition sold for an absolutely astonishing price. That coin, with all the right features and authenticated by experts, was purchased for $90,000. Yes, $90,000 for a single state quarter that once might have passed through someone's hands as regular change. Just imagine how life-changing it would be to discover one of these hidden treasures in your own collection. That's why coin collectors, hobbyists, and even casual observers are paying closer attention than ever to the coins they come across each day. The 2001 Kentucky Quarter is a perfect example of how something so ordinary at first glance can hold incredible value when paired with the right error, the right condition, and the right knowledge. So don't wait, check your change. Open up your old coin jars and start examining your 2001 quarters today. You might just be holding a miniature fortune without even realizing it. And if you think you found a rare version or you're not sure what to look for, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your coin stories, help you identify your finds, and guide you toward unlocking the potential of your collection. Last unique coin, we're diving into a coin that often flies under the radar, yet holds a beauty and value that can surprise even the most seasoned numismatist, the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter Dollar. This isn't just another quarter from the United States Mint's famous 50 State Quarters program. This is a symbol of Southern charm, elegance, and in rare cases, an unexpected fortune tucked inside something that might be sitting quietly in your coin jar right now. Released as the 20th coin in the 50 State Quarters program, the Mississippi Quarter celebrates the state's natural grace and historical significance. The reverse design features the magnolia blossom, the state flower of Mississippi, presented in a delicate yet bold style that instantly catches the eye. With the phrase, "the Magnolia State," inscribed, this coin captures the gentleness and pride of the South in a way that is both timeless and deeply meaningful. For collectors who love beautiful and symbolic designs, this quarter is already a standout. Now add rarity and minting errors into the mix, and you've got something truly special. Now here's where things get especially exciting. Because while millions of these coins were minted and circulated across the country, only a tiny fraction of them contain errors that dramatically increase their value. These rare minting mistakes are the treasures that collectors dream of discovering, and when it comes to the Mississippi Quarter, some of these errors have stunned the numismatic community with how valuable they've become in recent years. These coins aren't just beautiful, they're worth hunting for. One of the most sought-after errors in the 2002 Mississippi Quarter is the double-die error, most commonly found on the obverse side of the coin. If you take a close look with a magnifier, you may spot a faint doubling in the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or the date 2002. These subtle visual anomalies are the result of a misalignment during the minting process, and when verified by a grading service, they elevate a regular quarter to elite collector status. A coin like this is no longer just currency, it's a rare piece of mint history. Another valuable variety that collectors are chasing is the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin is not properly centered in the press during striking, which results in the design being pushed toward one edge of the coin, often leaving a blank crescent on the opposite side. If the date and key inscriptions are still visible despite the misalignment, that's when you know you're holding a rare and desirable piece. Off-center strikes add personality and uniqueness to any collection, and each one is a one-of-a-kind example of imperfection turned perfection. Also reported among rare 2002 Mississippi quarters are clad layer missing errors, where the outer nickel coating fails to bond to one side of the coin, leaving the copper core exposed. This gives the coin a distinct two-tone appearance and a completely different texture and sound when compared to a standard quarter. These types of errors are not only rare but instantly recognizable, making them favorites among collectors and grading experts alike. So, how can you know if your 2002 Mississippi quarter is one of these valuable types? Start by inspecting the coin under bright lighting or using a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass. Look for any unusual doubling of the text, design features that appear misaligned, or color differences between the front and back. If something about the coin feels off in the best possible way, it's worth investigating further and potentially having it evaluated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Collectors across the country are eagerly seeking these rare quarters, and some of them have already made their way into major auctions and private collections. In recent years, coins with verified errors from the Mississippi Quarter series have become hot items, with increasing demand driving up prices. As time goes on and these rare coins become even harder to find in uncirculated condition, their value will only continue to rise. Now is the perfect time to check your stash. You never know what might be hiding there. And now, for the part of the video that always sparks excitement, just how much can one of these rare 2002 Mississippi quarters be worth? Recently, a collector's dream came true when a Mississippi quarter featuring a dramatic error and in pristine, uncirculated condition sold in a private sale for a truly jaw-dropping amount. That coin fetched an incredible $50,000, yes, that's right, $50,000 for a single quarter that most people wouldn't even glance at twice. Just imagine the feeling of finding one of these in your own home, hidden among your everyday coins, waiting patiently to be discovered. This is the magic of coin collecting. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary and connects us with history in a way that's tangible and potentially profitable. And the 2002 Mississippi Quarter is a perfect example of how beauty, rarity, and timing can come together to create something unforgettable. If you've got a 2002 Mississippi Quarter in your collection, or you've come across one recently that looks unusual or different, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment below and tell us about your find. We'd love to hear your coin stories, answer your questions, and help you uncover the full potential of what might be sitting in your pocket or tucked away in a drawer. Thank you for spending time with us today and exploring one of the most elegant and surprising coins in the State Quarter series. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin discoveries, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your coins close, and as always, happy collecting!